What's up, guys? It's your boy Keep It Real MMA. Like I said, back here again. I'm back on security work, so it's looking like I'm going to be missing the card, unfortunately. Hopefully I can catch some of the main event. Like, obviously I caught the Holland and Wonderboy fight. I caught that fight as long as it lasted. So hopefully I can catch some of the Ankalaev Blachowicz fight. I'm gutted because I really wanted to see Bryce Mitchell versus Ilia Topuria. That was a fight I really wanted to watch. It's gutting, but it's one of those. I wanted to see Darren Till and Dricus du Plessis, obviously, because I switched my pick to Dricus du Plessis. But yeah, I guess I'm looking like I'm going to be missing the card. But there's a train going past. But yeah, as you can see by the title, though, this is going to be the last-minute detailed predictions of Magomed Ankalaev versus Jan Blachowicz. If you run up my last video, I'd really appreciate it if you're new. Please like and subscribe. I'm Keep It Real MMA for a reason. I keep it real 100% of the time. No biases, just keep it real. In that video, I did predict that I have Magomed Ankalaev to win by decision. I don't see him winning by TKO and I don't see him winning by submission. It is very possible that he could win by either one. But I see a decision happening here where after Jan losing to Glover, I can see him being very defensive and I can see this costing him the fight. And also the fact that how many options that Magomed Ankalaev has compared to Jan is going to be crazy. Now, Jan is more of a pure, he's the closest to a pure striker you can get without actually being a pure striker, if you get what I'm saying. He has options, but the problem is Ankalaev has way more options than Jan. Ankalaev can take him down. Ankalaev can just lie on top of him, which I'm predicting him to. I think he's just going to lie on top of Jan for 5 rounds, because obviously, don't forget, Ankalaev is taking this on short notice. So is Jan. You can TKO him on the feet. You can easily hang with him on the feet. You can submit him. He's got loads of different options, Ankalaev, and as you guys know, right, I tend to pick the fighter who has the most options, especially on short notice. Sorry, the table's very shaky, but yeah, I like fighters with options, and I tend to pick fighters that have the options, like I said, especially if it's on short notice. And I like Ankalaev's chances here. I really like his chances. I think you can make a solid money bet line on him. I know he's the favourite, but I think you can make solid money on him if you bet the correct amount, but it's up to you. Obviously, bet safely. I do want Jan to win, however. I do want Jan to win, but I just don't see it happening. I see Ankalaev being very patient on the feet, and the problem is, right, this is the ways I see Jan winning. I can see Jan winning by first round TKO, and I can see him winning by second or third round TKO. Now, here's the problem. I don't see, like, I know he hasn't been the same, right, and I know he's gone to the PFL now, but Thiago Santos actually managed to drop Ankalaev in their fight, and how crazy quick that Ankalaev recovered is insane. But the difference between Jan and Thiago Santos is that when Thiago Santos has people hurt, he always has that risk of getting taken down and submitted. Like, against Glover Teixeira, where he gets overexcited and then he gets the position reversed after dropping him and then he gets submitted. Jan doesn't have that problem. Jan is one of those guys, he is a natural at finishing people. And what I mean by that is he doesn't rush. He doesn't bum rush you after he drops you or if he really hurts you. He picks his shots very carefully. Because you notice when he dropped Dominic Reyes, he was very careful going to the ground, being wary of anything, and then landed the shots he needed to for the ref to feel like to stop the fight. Same against Luke Rockhold, same against Corey Anderson. You know what I'm saying? So in all of his finishes, he's very cool, calm and collected. He knows what to do. He doesn't try to rush on top of everyone, get caught in any leg locks or get caught on the ground or get the position reversed. He's very careful, and he's much better at Thiago Santos than that. But here's the problem. Ankalaev has crazy recovery time, and Ankalaev's kind of young. I think he's like 30, 31. He's a lot younger than Jan. And he has a very good chin, so even when he does get dropped, he recovers very quickly. I just like Ankalaev's chances. I don't see Jan winning by decision. I see Ankalaev winning by decision, and I think Ankalaev not only has the choice of TKO in him, but he has the choice of submission and finishing him by TKO, by decision. I feel like he'll get it done by decision. how I feel like the fight's going to go, I think Jan will win the first round. I think Jan will actually drop Ankalaev in the first round. This is what I was kind of alluding to. I think he'll drop him in the first round. And I think after he'll drop him in the first round, I think he'll recover pretty quickly. And well, once he recovers pretty quickly, I can't imagine Ankalaev like recovering very quickly and popping straight back up and just staying there but losing out the round. I can see him taking the second round by just taking Jan down, Jan being able to get back up onto his feet, but I think by the third and fourth round he's going to be so tired, Jan, both of them, that he's going to find it harder and harder to get to his feet, and Ankalaev will find it harder to get the takedowns. But I think eventually he will, once he does get a takedown, he'll stay up on top and just be a wet blanket for the last 3 rounds. And I see him winning a 4-1 decision, 4 rounds to 1. That's what I can see happening. But if Jan wants to win this fight, I feel like if he does drop Ankalaev in the first round, which I'm predicting him to, he needs to finish it right there and then, in my opinion. Or maybe he can get the second or third round, but I doubt it. Not both on short notice like that, so I can see Ankalaev taking this by 4 rounds to 1 decision. I can really see it. I think he's going to be very patient at the start. I think he'll get a bit hectic when Jan drops him, and Jan's trying to be careful, but then, because Ankalaev pops right back up, he just pressures him, does what he needs to do and lands good shots, ends the round extremely strong. Not quite a 10-8, but a very strong 10-9 round. And then I can see the second round being very close, where it's kind of like Jan versus Rakic, where the rounds were extremely close. The only clear skill difference was the takedowns. And I can see it being extremely close, but then Ankalaev eventually finding his way into a takedown and just riding out the round. When they get back on the feet, he's picking very safe teep kicks. He's protecting his body. He's just being very careful. He's doing what he needs to do to edge out that round. Then the third round, I can see him doing the same, 4th and 5th. And I feel like they'll be so tired that Ankalaev will just start falling into takedowns, kind of like what Derek Brunson does, but not as bad as Derek Brunson, because obviously Derek Brunson just swings and then somehow, he's the master of switching stances in the middle of combinations while falling into and somehow getting the takedown. That's how trash middleweight is as a division. But light heavyweight's different. But with a guy that struggles with takedown defense as much as Jan, and you've got a guy that's such a good grappler like Ankalaev, I can see Ankalaev very much getting it done by grappling and just riding out the rounds and being a wet blanket on top of Jan, like I said. That's how I see the fight going. Where do they go from here? If Jan wins this, obviously they're going to give him Glover, let's be real. If Ankalaev wins this, maybe give him the winner of... I don't know, maybe give him Jamal Hill if Jamal Hill beats Anthony Smith. Obviously don't give him Anthony Smith if Anthony Smith wins, because Anthony Smith literally just fought him in their last fight and he got TKO'd. Obviously I know he broke his leg, but still he was losing the fight clearly. Maybe... I don't see, it's hard to go from here. Maybe you could give him Glover. Maybe you could, yeah. So maybe you could give Glover both ways and then size up. Hopefully Jamal Hill wins his fight, so then some fresh options up there. So yeah, that's how I see the fight going, guys. It's a pretty it's not the best pay-per-view in the world, like I said. Obviously there's some key fights I said obviously I was gonna miss, but I'm glad that something's happening, and I know, like I said, I'm gonna miss the card, but it is what it is. I'm saying? That's life sometimes. I missed the last 2 cards. It's not the first time I've missed 2 cards in a row. So yeah. We just go from here on and upwards. So yeah. Anyway, guys, if you're new, like I said, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate every single one of you that come through. My subscriber count's been going up recently, almost at 90 subscribers, man. I've only had this channel for about 4 months, so that's great. So fucking hell. It's a motion censored light. Hold on. There you go. Yeah, motion censored light. Even though I've been moving the entire time, but yeah. I've had this channel for about 4 months, so the growth has been crazy. I really appreciate every single one of you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, if you're new, like I said, please like and subscribe, run it up. I would go more into detail, but that's just kind of how I see the fight going. I just see like Ankalaev picking out very nice teep kicks, very nice jabs, being the slightly longer fighter, the slightly taller fighter. Well, no, Jan's got the longer reach, but Ankalaev's still taller with a longer leg reach. And I just see him picking very safe teep kicks, just being very safe on the feet and not allowing Jan to land the legendary punch power. You know what I mean? Not allowing him to land very hard shots, very dangerous shots. I see Ankalaev staying safe, obviously, except for the first round when he gets dropped. But other than that, I can see Ankalaev just being extremely safe, picking very safe shots. Just a boring fight. I can see it being a boring fight where he rides it out to a decision based off of grappling and just lying on top. That's how I see it going. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. This is Keep It Real MMA. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.